Hey, it's episode 95, right? 95,
Yes,
Skyla?
95.
It's the 16th of June, correct?
Yes,
Gotta know
it is.
where I'm at.
Yes,
man.
it
Like,
is.
all
June
crazy,
16th,
crazy, crazy.
95th episode.
But we got a pretty interesting show today. Obviously, Powell, the Fed was out today talking, which will be really exciting to listen to towards the end of the show with Marshall, the macro view of what we're doing here, what Jason and Marshall think is going to happen with the economy, with what the Fed stance is. Really, I kind of don't get it. Well, I guess a couple of the Fed guys are thinking that they're going to raise rates sooner. How does that affect things? What an interesting day for us, the way we traded today. Crazy trading day for us. And we'll talk about that shortly. Hey, Jason, what's up, my man?
Good afternoon. What's up, Marshall? How you doing?
Good.
Marshall's
in the house. He's going to cover a couple interesting segments. His point of view works for us here. You guys are going to like to hear that later in the show. Why don't we get to the markets real quick, Jason? I think we got a really interesting day here.
Hey, it was pretty cool how we timed the transactions that we did today.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Obviously, there was a lot of volatility between the hours of, say, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time to about, well, right into the closing bell, actually. The Dow did recover a little bit. It actually finished at 34,034 for a loss of 264. The NASDAQ was down 33 points. It did hold 14,000. I thought it might lose 14,000, but it did. I think it did briefly, but then it reclaimed 14,000. The S&P was 42.23, down 22. Interesting in the commodity side today, given the fact that they had to cave and announce that inflation projections would be at least a full percentage point higher than what they were thinking. Gold and silver actually sold off. Gold was $18.30, down 25. Silver, $27.34, down 36 cents. Oil was actually down just slightly, down 29 cents. And copper was down a couple of pennies to $4.31. Bitcoin and Ethereum also were sold off, which is mind-boggling to me. We're going to get into that a little bit more. At the time on air, Bitcoin was 38.6 and Ethereum was 24.13. That's what we got.
Boy. It was smoking hot here. It is smoking hot here in Vegas. It is, I think, 108 right now. Actually, was a lot hotter, I think, yesterday. Marshall, did you see how hot it was?
I didn't, but
It was like 112 or
it was
something?
111
it was
right
smoldering.
Oh, 111 right now?
Yeah, it was 115 yesterday.
Hey, and that is
Too hot.
that is not as hot as the market was today. And what I mean by that is there was a lot of activity in terms of the Qs as the NASDAQ 100 were down. The diamond spiders, we came into the day short this Qs and long the SQQs, which is a 3-time short. And Jason and I have no conviction. We're weaklings. We are the P word, and we have no idea what we're doing. And so when the market was down this morning, we covered, which looked like a brilliant move, but I can assure you we didn't know what we were doing. That's not a criticism. It's a fact that we just don't. The market went our way. We're down pretty heavily. The market was going down. And we put in some limits that 338 on the triple Qs, 339.10. We were short 25,000 Qs, 100,000 S triple Qs. We were long. We were short the diamonds. We were short the spiders. We did those today before the Fed meeting. And we made money, but it doesn't feel like we did anything today except kind of kiss our sister. Because, Jason, I don't know what your commentary on today was, but we came out right because we covered everything. I was telling Jason, we literally are short nothing except Peloton. And I got some AMC short. I have like an AMC short. All those out there on Wall Street Bets, I'm fully short AMC. So just kind of ram that in my face if you want to. But I'm short.
Well, the plan was starting last week, we talked about the FOMC, and I kind of laid out a roadmap. If you go back the last couple of episodes, Monday we'd see a dead cat, a little bit of a run-up, and then starting in Tuesday afternoon, we'd see the sell-off. And, it went against us on Monday. We got half of it back yesterday.
Sure.
And then we got all of it back plus profit today. I don't see a problem with that.
No, but we don't have any conviction to the short side.
Well, you want to fight the Fed?
No. Listen, dude, what the heck is your problem? I'm not worried about the Fed. You got to pay attention to what I'm saying here. I'm really serious right now, okay?
Go.
Vegas Dave is concerned about the market.
I know.
And you need to be concerned because when Vegas Dave talks, I mean, come on.
I mean, is that like E.F. Hutton?
No, what did he say? By the way,
He
did you
said,
s-
hide your kids, hide your family, I'm coming for you. No, he didn't say that.
What did he say?
He said, seriously, the American people aren't really concerned about this. They're not awake. They don't have any preparation for food and water. I might sound like a conspiracy theorist, a crazy prepper. But the fact of the matter is the Federal Reserve has been printing tons of money, trillions. Powell said he's still going to continue to buy about $120 billion in assets each month.
Yeah.
And Vegas Dave's a little concerned about our monetary policy.
Vegas Dave, really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's worried.
He had a nice rant.
He had a rant.
He did.
And all of a sudden, I bought. Hey, because of Vegas Dave, I went and bought silver today. I went and bought First Majestic. I bought AG.
Wow.
And I lost money on it. Second, I bought it. It went down.
Why do
like,
you
literally,
say-
I bought it and it went down.
Why do you say that?
No.
Just immediately.
Did I buy it and did it go down?
Did you lose?
No. Of course, it was 50 grand. I'm not worried about
Short termer. Here
it.
we
No.
go.
I'm not a short termer. I'm long silver because Vegas Dave, not because of you.
Really?
Vegas
Oh,
Dave.
okay.
It's all Vegas Dave.
Where is it on Instagram or something?
Yeah.
I have
I'm
to-
trying to
okay.
get it right here.
I
But
have to see it.
Forget it. Got to explain our logic here.
I thought that
is
was a joke.
No,
he's on there.
Definitely not.
Yeah, he seems like he actually seems like that type of guy who follows the markets, is interested in inflation. He buys assets. He's big in the baseball cards, right?
well, yeah, he was saying that's gonna obviously that market's gonna be destroyed.
That market's extremely manipulated, is it
Yeah.
not? Yeah. So
course.
But in all total seriousness, let's get back to business.
Yep.
We went long domestic. We went long silver first Majestic.
Yep.
That's a big silver play.
Finally talked you into that one.
You did. And we're just kidding around about Vegas Dave. Okay, thanks, Dave. A broken clock is right twice a day. Come
even
on.
a garbage can gets a steak.
Yeah. Oh, that's better than mine. I always say even a blind robin gets a worm.
Okay.
Wow.
I like that. Yeah.
Wow, I like that. I like even a garbage can gets a steak.
Well,
I
when
like that.
SHTF, there'll be no food. Good luck. I got plenty of food at my condo.
So I'm actually
Good for you. Yeah. Totally.
and just to be serious about Wall Street Bets, I was kidding around. I write some calls and I'm short 1,000 shares of AMC. It's irrelevant. I don't care.
yeah.
I do not short AMC. I think it's completely a fool's bet. But I have a long thesis, and I eventually know it's going to trade to like $5. So I'm willing to be short for 5 years and not
be
worry
right.
about it. I'll be right.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I love those trades.
Yeah. But today, I actually thought was a pretty good day for us because we navigated that whole mess, right?
And we sat on our hands.
Right. And then we, of course, everyone knows you saw the filing today by Ault Global Holdings, DPW is the symbol, that we own approximately the right to 22% of Alzamend, right? So that makes logical sense that DPW would go down. Hey, sell me more. That's fine. Whatever. I can't comment on whether it should be up or down, but 22% of $1 billion business. Okay, whatever.
It's nuts.
Do what you need to do.
People were thanking people though for the cheapies.
Yeah.
For that's good.
No. Hey, listen, I really do not have a commentary. I just recently bought or secured the right to buy another million DPW. These are the only thing I'm saying here is what is public record and what is public knowledge. And so we published today what our position is in Alzamend. And I'm thrilled that the IPO went off well.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled for the DPW shareholders. I'm thrilled for the Alzamend shareholders. But mostly I'm thrilled for people that are going to have an access to drugs, hopefully. Hopefully life-changing drugs. This is the hope we have here. Since I've never sold a single share of DPW yet, sometimes I get a bargain. I don't know when it's a bargain. I have no commentary other than I bought
Yeah.
at 15 cents higher.
That's it. Yep.
19 cents higher.
True
And don't listen to me. Consult your financial advisor. Consider me a complete blah when it comes to know when to buy. Don't use me as a guide. Because really,
right.
I should say nothing about DPW other than the facts. I just secured the right to buy 1 million shares at $2.99. Everybody knows that. I'm just keeping people educated on the facts. But I go back to our day today. Friedman was up. That's a 13D filer for us. SS&T actually was down on the day at part of the day and then rallied back.
Okay.
Of course, I bought. You'll see that. One of our big holdings, Engine Media, Larry Frank, which we started buying in the $7.25 range.
MILF.
MILF is being uplisted. The symbol is changing to GAME, game, because Engine Media's got game, and it's going to the NASDAQ tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Dude, a company we own a fair amount of it, going to the NASDAQ tomorrow.
Amazing.
Two companies that we own a stake in going to the NASDAQ
Wow.
this week. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So Game is up listing to the NASDAQ. What else do I want to cover that's interesting?
It's funny now when I hear game, I just think of GameStop all the time.
Yeah, you can't help it, right?
I can't help
true.
it. I immediately make the relation.
I bought a 5.
Connection.
This is a. It's. I don't know if it's public record yet. I shouldn't report that yet. I don't know if I have really anything else to cover that I thought about the markets other than I was serious when I say to you, Jason and I have no conviction, right?
We're just here for the short time.
We have no conviction. We don't know what we're doing to the short side.
We just take profits.
We have virtually no shorts now.
Yeah, we just take profits. Sometimes the best thing is to sit on your hands, right?
We're
Yeah.
sitting on our hands.
That's
yeah,
what we did.
yeah.
Of course, when I sit on my hands, I crush my hands, but
You know,
got to lose a little weight.
Cash is king, Jamie Dimon said.
Yeah, he's got $500 billion.
Hoard it.
what do you think he's
He's
going to do
hoarding
with
cash.
that?
He's going to deploy that to make, when the interest rates go up, he's going to
I think he's going to buy up Bitcoin. Just kidding, Jimmy.
No.
Just kidding,
Interest
Jimmy.
rates are not
No
going
way.
up.
He's going to buy more silver, maybe.
You think?
No, he's going to. Well, I don't know what he's
Well,
going to do. I can't speculate. But I do know this. I do know the dollar just keeps being printed. So I'm not sure exactly why silver, gold, Bitcoin went down. But let's see what happens tomorrow.
So we're going to add 120 billion a month of liquidity.
Yeah.
That's
So,
continuing.
That means there's a lot of firepower.
Definitely.
Semi-automatic.
Wait a second. Let me reload.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's get it right. There we go.
I think I could be one of the smartest guys in the world now. You want to know why? Because I hooked up with Marshall, and he's a real estate guy, and real estate is going higher. You got
No question
you
about
guys.
Of course it is.
You got inflation's happening.
Yes.
It's going to cost more to live in a house, in an apartment. I'm buying that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
I'm buying that stuff.
Everybody should. Everyone who can should.
Supply is getting less.
So the Fed said that inflation was they're expecting it to rise 3.4%.
Yeah.
I was surprised by
right.
that number.
Yeah, it was 2.4. They bumped it.
They bumped it.
I thought they try to hide that
Me
behind
too.
behind the curtain.
You know what it means?
Yeah, for sure.
It's so much greater.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For them to be able for them to actually do that.
Yes.
When my eyes were like, wait, did they just say 3? Did that say 3.4?
They moved the GDP projection up to like 7, I believe.
I don't believe it at
Yeah,
all.
that's garbage.
Yeah,
in
so
my opinion.
that GDP,
Yeah,
3.5% growth for 2022,
4.5% unemployment.
Yeah, that's also a lie.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Let's
Yeah.
get the U6 number. I mean, they're still paying people to sit home. I mean,
it doesn't
I don't,
make sense.
I don't know about
When you look at it in the market, so we're here in Vegas, right?
Yep.
And everywhere we go out to a restaurant, we go to park our car of LA, it takes forever
forever.
because there's nobody there.
Human capital shortage.
Well, human capital willing to engage.
Correct.
Shortage.
Work
Yeah.
ethic is at an all-time low.
Low.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't believe the 4.5% at all.
Positive reinforcement to sit home and game and
So they're home and they have money.
Yep.
Because they've been given money. So I get a GDP expansion.
yeah.
I get greater corporate profits in the short term, but I don't get the rest of the
But
story.
inflation lowers the ability to deploy that capital as far as from a value standpoint. It's worth less. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, definitely.
I mean, how much is a gallon of milk in Hawaii these days? $12. I'm just guessing, but
You know what happened to me today too, and I know that I'm not good at this transition now. There's 3 of us, so you tell me if I'm wrong here, but I got to work on the transition a little bit here. But I did want to tell you that I put a limit order to buy more Naked brands.
Oh, really?
where was it at? In the
69.
60s?
Yeah, 69.
69.
69.50.
Yes.
So I bought some Naked brands back. So I'm wondering, does it make me smart that I sold some up here and bought it back here? That's like the 4th trip here.
I mean, is that
I know everyone gets mad at me like, stop buying and selling. I can't help myself.
it's still allowed?
Yeah, exactly.
The 4th trip in, huh?
Yeah, it's the 4th, like, woo, 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 woo. I mean, God, come on, Justin, let's make a decision. What are we buying here? What are we buying, Justin? What are we going to buy?
Is the Naked Army in the house today?
There's a trickle.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
There's a trickle? Okay.
They don't believe we're going to interview Justin. On the day we actually are interviewing Justin, they're going to be like, should I click on?
Yeah, right.
They're going to
Did I
think he's
click
a
on?
Gonna miss
hologram
it.
in a
Yeah,
chair.
it's going to be they think it's going to be fake.
So
or something.
I want to touch on this Michael Burry tweet here yesterday. Nick, can you look at this real quick? people always ask me what is going on in the markets. It's simple. Greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things by 2 orders of magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is one of the smartest people that I mean, I don't know
I love him.
but yeah, he is. He's been right a lot more than he's been wrong.
Yeah.
But you got to understand something. I know these guys. I ran a hedge fund for 12 or however many years it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you what happens with guys like this that are super smart. They're right and are willing to wait to be right.
Yes.
That's
Right?
true.
We live in a world now, everyone I talk to is like, oh, Alzheimer was at 29. It's now 11. I'm like, it went public at 5. It's a double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like, everyone's like micro short term.
Yes.
I've been incubating that thing for 6 years. You don't think I'm going to wait another couple of years to make sure these drugs go somewhere? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Get your money right.
Yeah.
You know who says that. Get your money right. Michael Burry, by the way, is spot on right.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh,
for sure.
definitely.
He's spot on right. And on top of that, not only is he spot on right, but if you look at what Tudor Jones is saying, you got 200, like it's the market is 200% of GDP or something ridiculous number, right? But when's it going to happen? Because I just said to you earlier, we don't have conviction to carry that short position. Burry does.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's used to being in that position.
And it's his own dough.
I mean, he hangs on. And
Yeah.
you know the thing about just to follow up on the Tudor Jones thing?
Sure.
Because we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went back and I watched it again this morning.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times, yeah.
And, you know, he makes an amazing point because we're always talking about inflation hedging assets, which he's all in on.
Sure.
And we talk about commodities and energy here. Do you remember when he said, imagine if the Reddit gang gets after commodities?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I thought about it and I go, oh, man, you're right, because I'm thinking of equities. I'm never
Right.
really thinking about them attacking commodities and how that could actually be a potential national security deal.
There's a new
for sure.
there's a new Wall Street silver Reddit. It's growing pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Their conviction is to buy as much silver as they can and take it off the market and try to create a
Who
huge
did that?
squeeze.
Bunker Hunt?
Yeah, the,
The
Hunt brothers.
Hunt brothers. Yeah, that was a long
Yeah,
time ago.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
dating yourself. Well,
Well, my
you're a
history.
college guy or something.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Hey, when you spoke about look at the U.S. federal debt to GDP ratio, 128%, which is amazing.
128%.
In 2000, it was only 57%. I mean, that's a
Wow.
number that's enormous.
Wow.
That's a big problem. 143% here on the U.S. debt to GDP ratio. I mean, spending to GDP ratio, 45%. Obviously, the debt's going nowhere. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going to happen.
You know about the
here.
commodity thing, and related to this is it's funny. I read an article in Bloomberg. China recognizes this, and what China is doing is they're forcing all of their state-owned companies to get out of overseas commodity exposure
Okay.
because of inflation.
Sure.
They're also barring their manufacturers, their local manufacturers, not even state-owned, but the Chinese manufacturers,
Right.
from purchasing metals overseas. So the Chinese government cash of copper and aluminum, they're selling directly to their own businesses.
You know what else is important? They've cornered the market on rare earth minerals, which are huge national security situations because of this administration not wanting to do anything to harvest our own resources, especially like Pebble Mine in Alaska.
Yeah, yep.
So we're going to rely on China or other foreign nations to provide us with rare earth minerals that are necessary for like the F-35s for our military, necessary for like copper and the green tech initiatives, electrification of the grid. We're not going to harvest all of the resources that we have in America, so we're beholden to China.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
China knows inflation is here. They know it's growing. It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to curb it. And I think that is a leading indicator to see what they're doing. If
Yeah.
you don't believe us or Michael Burry or Michael Saylor or Paul Tudor Jones,
All of them, yeah.
yeah, just look at what China's doing. I
Yep.
mean, it's an admission of congruence of everything we're saying here.
In conjunction with this inflation theory, well, not a theory, what's happening.
Right.
There's a shortage, right? Starbucks says they have a shortage of cups and things like that.
Supply
and
chain.
Yeah,
syrups.
supply chain.
Yeah.
I went to Carl's Jr. in Barstow on the way back from California after seeing my son graduate. Because I wanted to try their new chicken sandwich. You know, that Popeyes competition.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
Chick-fil-A competition.
Yeah.
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 Guess what they didn't have for the zucchini? They had no ranch packets.
Wow.
What? Oh, we're out. We're out of ranch packets. Apparently, like the weirdest thing is they can't supply right now.
Yeah, because our supply chain is just in time. It's always been just in time.
Yeah.
Which is
By the way,
also
that's what Tudor Jones was talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This just-in-time mentality
That's
where
our
you can't get
culture.
it done. That's our culture, right?
It's just in time.
I need
right?
something today. I'm going to go to Best Buy and get it right now.
Right
well,
now.
we don't have it.
There's no planning ahead. Just in time.
Right.
Hudson Trader, what's fake news? What are you talking about? Are you?
What's he saying is fake news?
I would love to know.
No,
Oh, we love Hudson Trader.
What's up with
fake
it?
news,
Let's pull him
fellas.
up. Fake
Okay.
news.
I don't know what he's talking
We'd
about.
love to hear it.
But yeah, please.
Love to hear your take, bro.
Expound on
No,
that.
what was he talking about? What's fake
That's
news?
what we're trying to figure out.
What?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay,
I don't know
he
why
said
it.
fake news. What?
He
I
said
don't
fake
know.
news, fellas.
Fellas.
I don't know on what. Let's see.
We're gonna find out.
No, I want to find out, man. Because I would
Definitely,
tell you,
man.
I was there and fake
Look
news,
at Mike
fellas.
Hampton. Get your money right, man.
Get your money right. They message retracted.
Message
Oh, fake.
retracted.
Okay. Carl's Jr. had that in Arizona. Yeah.
Hardee's, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the
Oh,
problem
he's
here.
saying that Wall Street bets is full. He's probably talking about the copper deal.
Oh, so
Silver deal. Yeah.
yeah, there's a nice Wall Street silver section with about 200,000 members. You can take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, what is he? Bots and shills.
See, the thing is, and I agree with what Roland put on there.
Yeah, he said he's wrong a lot.
Here's the thing, though. It's the timing. So when you're a macro guy like Burry or Tudor Jones, who's the other guy who's called the Doomsday guy, the Austrian? So
I don't know. Peter Schiff's pretty bearish.
for extended
bearish.
period of time when you have exuberance and alpha and equities and everybody's in the emotion of it, the guys who were saying, "Hey, look, I could see around the bend here, guys. I know how this ride ends." They are technically wrong until the ride stops. But they're saying the ride is going to eventually stop, and so when that happens, what kind of position are you going to be in? And I think Burry is that type of guy. So Roland, I get you. I agree with you that in the interim he's wrong, but long term on this play, I can't see it being wrong.
I don't see how this reverses.
Me either.
No,
Totally.
it's got to get a lot worse before it gets better. A lot worse. And
I will not be
Americans
joining I will not be joining the silver trade.
trade.
I've been on Wall Street bets for a while, and the silver hype is a distraction.
It's not really a hype. It's just a hedge.
I love
Wall Street
it.
bets is bolts and shills.
I love. That's funny. Bots and
bots,
shills.
shills.
I love silver, and I
Yeah.
love the thesis behind it because I buy into it.
Yeah.
I'm a proponent of that thesis. It just always lets me down.
Well, it's not really there for alpha.
No, you're right. But
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? 2010? It was at 48.
Yeah.
I had bullion and sold at 48. Believe it or not.
Oh, nice.
I just got lucky.
Yeah.
You know why I did it? I had a bunch of silver coins and bars, and I needed to go on a trip to Amsterdam to see my friends. And I wanted to fly first class and stay in nice hotels, so I
Right.
sold my entire silver position. And I just kind of picked the top of the market, but after that, it never came back.
Well, there's one thing that's different, and actually Keith Neumeyer from First Majestic was just talking about this with Rick Rule. There's about 12% of the silver that comes out of the earth now that's now having to be deployed for solar stuff and electric cars. Electric vehicles use 3-to-1 versus the internal combustion engine vehicles. I don't know. You can't really account for that because it's scaling still. But I mean, silver's only taken out of the earth at about
Yeah.
a 9-to-1 ratio to gold, and the
Yeah.
ratio of silver to gold is like 66-to-1. I mean, by math standards, silver is the value play compared to gold.
Yeah.
But then again, for alpha and upside standards, obviously, well, you can make a case that Ethereum has more upside than Bitcoin, but you could argue that
Yeah.
Bitcoin has
Yeah.
the upside too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree too. I think it does have more of an alpha.
Yeah.
Ethereum.
Hey,
no doubt.
I want to cover something before we get to segment 3, and that is big business with Todd Ault. Now, we came up with the name we came up with, right? I have a ton of requests, like more than I could ever deal with, of people who want to chat about their business, how they would finance, how they go public. I've been doing this for almost 32 years. I worked on the syndicate desk at Dean Witter. I brought a lot of companies public. But I wanted to wait to launch Big Business with Todd Ault until I had a recent win. Because the last win I really had, besides the acquiring DPW, the last one I had was really 2013 when Patient Safety was sold to Stryker for $120 million, and I bought that company for $3.6 million. So I had some success there. I've had some failures. Everyone does. But type in BIG to 949-799-1831. Why is Marshall here? Because Marshall is an expert consultant, an expert in real estate negotiation, sales training, contractors. And I have so many requests to consult with people that we're going to basically get a group of people on Big Business with Todd Ault. We're going to be able to talk for 30 minutes from effectively like 45 minutes to 90 minutes. Is it going to be once a week, Marshall?
Yeah, once a week.
The number is 949-799-1831. Type in big if you want to be part of it. I effectively started Alzamend 6 years ago and some change with $8,000.
Wow.
I didn't have a lot of money back then because I had come out of the 2009 debacle and Patient Safety got sold, etc. You're going to be able to ask a lot of questions on Big Business with Todd Ault directly. If you got a business, we have some questions on how to finance it or things we've done in the past or how you can expand your business. Or if you want to buy real estate or you want to do business with us, this is the place to do it, 949-799-1831. It's not a pitch fest. We want to be clear.
No.
This is not like going to a conference where you're pitched every 5 seconds. This is real get down to business, answer questions, figure out how to help people in their business. And by the way, I'll learn from you guys too. You guys will have something new I haven't heard of. This will help keep me fresh because I have money to deploy and I always want to look for things that are interesting. One of the things that I do when I acquire a company, my team does, is we acquire a company and management's in place or we put them in place. I don't run the day-to-day of those things. I allocate capital.
Yeah.
6 years ago, I allocated $8,000, raised $8.6 million, brought Alzamend public. I think it presently has a market cap of over $1 billion.
Wow.
It was at one point yesterday 3.2 billion, I believe.
It'll get there again.
We'll see what happens with that. You never know. You never know what happens, right? We're not any forecasts about Alzamend. No forecasts. But it is a fact that I started with $8,000. So 949-799-1831. Type in BIG. When is it going to go live, Marshall?
I'd like to do it as soon as possible next week. My thought on this, it's great that you said it's not a pitch fest because I think what people need to understand what this truly is for the entrepreneur, the investor who doesn't have McKinsey on speed dial, who doesn't have KPMG and Boston Consulting, and who could never afford that. That's what this is a replacement of.
For sure.
I mean, at any given day of the week, I'm a managing director and vice president at McKinsey, and so are you. Right? I mean, listen, the guys who...
Hey, I'm a fan of McKinsey.
Me too. I come from that world.
Got them on my app.
Oh, really?
I actually do have the McKinsey app. They send me stuff. I'm a big fan.
No, I love those guys. A lot of guys I went to school with are there.
Sure.
Okay, and if I've come from that...
Yeah. I forgot. You're a Harvard guy.
All my guys are there.
Harvard.
Okay?
I'll see you at Harvard.
Here's the difference. All my guys who are there could tell you how to do it. I did it.
Gotcha.
The difference is I did it and I went after it, and so did you.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Sales training, negotiation, financing, raising capital, IPO strategies. Sign up for Big Business with us. We'll go deeper.
Negotiation, I mean, like big. Somebody was asking earlier, I saw in a comment about negotiation, about real estate. You want to learn about that? We go into the weeds, deep dive, negotiation, closing, selling. Believe it or not, guys, all of business is going to come down to that.
And then anyone who's part of Big Business gets a priority for the Risk On Conference, which I'm hearing when's it going to take place? I mean, you met with a guy yesterday.
Yeah.
When are you thinking the time frame is?
I got the lights on me now.
It's all right.
Give us a day.
Come on.
Give us a day.
We're going to know the day soon. We want to get the right
Trust
venue.
me, sooner rather than later. But I'm telling you, we're going to
We're going to limit it to 300 people, right?
Oh yeah, we're going to limit it to 300 people.
But then the people can be virtual.
Yeah, there will be people that, if you can't make it, we have a virtual component.
Sure. We're
going to have other components where you spend some more time with us, lunch and dinner, and we hang out, really get to know you.
Sure.
Become friends. And, I'm telling you, I guarantee you this is going to be a phenomenal event.
Don't come to the event if you don't want to learn something or get to know Marshall and I or Jason, etc., or you have an idea or you have a business you want to start or something you need help with. I want everyone to have the right mindset. It's all about learning here.
Yes.
I tell people, my wife jokes about this all the time. I have a multi-million-dollar education because when I was younger, my dad was a roofer, not a business guy. I grew up without a father till I was 13. Never really had a mentor, so I made all the stupid mistakes you could, right? Yep. I mean, like every dumb mistake you could.
Yep.
And I really didn't get a big mentor, like someone important in my life, till about 20 years ago. And I didn't follow all his advice. I was kind of stupid. And in retrospect, I would have made a lot more money if I had someone that said, don't drive off that cliff, son.
It's funny you said that.
I drove off the cliff many times.
And funny that you said son, because I tell people, because obviously I'm a younger guy, and I've always been the youngest guy in the room coming up. And it's because I had a father who was a mentor, who was tough as nails.
Right.
And who took me by the back of the neck and showed me how it worked. And like you said, not many people had that. I recognize how fortunate I was to have that. And I like helping people in that respect.
Oh, check out that
School
question.
of Hard Knocks, he says, yeah.
JB Ballin with a nice question for you, Marshall.
Yeah, any advice how to negotiate, keep your rent where it is? My place wants to go up like $130 a month. Yeah. I mean, well, listen, I can help you with that. I mean,
Yikes.
you want to do it live? We'll do it live.
Yeah, that's a
let's
real
do it
world
live, yeah.
let's do
scenario.
it.
I like
Let's
that.
get JB
I feel like Bill
Ballin
O'Reilly.
live,
We're
yeah.
going to do it live?
Yeah. I will tell you that's
Do it live.
We're doing it live.
Oh, that
that's
was great.
wow, 130 a month.
Okay, well,
I mean, depending on his rent,
It's probably 10%. Let's say it's 1,300.
if his,
JB Ballin, how much is it?
if his rent's 1,300 and it's a 10% increase, that's brutal.
it's egregious. Now,
That's
let
egregious,
me tell
dude.
you, I understand how a landlord would do it and justify it, because
Yeah.
that sounds like something out of my playbook. But
Right.
but the way you get out of this thing, honestly, is you have to cry the blues. You are not in a position of power right now.
No, you're not.
So
Yeah.
they could just get rid of you and put somebody else in there.
Yeah.
You have to cry your eyes out. You have to say, why the kid's gonna die. I got no place to go. You can't do this to me.
Wow,
It's
1,500,
it's egregious. It's egregious and predatory. And if you do this to me and you displace me, I'm gonna sue you. Honestly, that is how I would attack this thing. Yeah,
1,500.
it's nuts, mate.
Yeah, it's a big raise.
Nuts.
Wow.
If his rent's 1,300,
He said
His rent's
1,500.
1,300.
Yeah, so JB, man, that's what you got to do. You got to say, hey, mate, you're going to break my back here. Give me a break. What are you
That's
trying to do? Kill me?
unconscionable.
Yeah.
Unconscionable that you
It's
go up that much. That's ridiculous.
I'll take you to court. There's got to be some standard. I don't know what state you're in.
JB Ball, what,
That's the way I'd play
what
it.
state are you in, buddy?
Because you're not in a position of power. I mean, you
Yeah.
really, what are you going to do? I mean, what can you do? You can't horse trade.
You're right.
So,
How do I make myself cry, he says. Get an onion, buddy.
yeah, well,
Cut yourself an onion up.
dude, think about coming out an extra 130 a month. If that don't make you cry, then you don't really respect your money. I'd cry about it.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
That's too big of a percentage.
North Carolina. Hey, blame it on all the...
Oh, did he say North Carolina?
Yeah.
Really?
Man, blame on the Northerners.
Yeah,
God,
I was
we
gonna
want to
say.
raise the rent. By the way, I just saw today.
Yep.
I just saw today that that's one of the number one move to spots from the northern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Where?
like they're moving
North
down
Carolina.
from New York and
Yeah,
to
my
Florida.
sister's
That's
in
the,
Raleigh.
Yeah.
That's the halfback. They don't want to go to Florida, or they get to Florida, they don't
It's
like
the
it, so they go
halfback.
halfback to North Carolina.
It's the halfback.
I lived in
never heard
Raleigh.
that.
So,
I like North Carolina.
It's great.
I love Raleigh, Cary area.
Love it there.
In my area, rent went up 20%. Robbie says, "Wow,
Robbie, where you at? San Francisco?
I'm telling you, man.
It's
Holy
crazy.
Toledo.
BlackRock's raising the rents.
Guys,
Jeez Louise.
this is just
Oh,
the
there's
beginning.
no inflation.
This is
It's
just
3%.
the beginning. This is just the
They're
beginning.
so out of their mind.
Oh,
It's
my
3%.
God.
And then-
Hey, don't worry about
It's
inflation here.
transitory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Transitory.
Yeah, so are the deposits you got to make on the next place, and then you got to worry about getting the deposits back. They nickel and dime you. Hey, JB Ballin, why didn't you clean the carpet? JB Ballin,
Yeah, I
why
think
did-
that. I
Yeah.
think the
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
the guy-
Oh, yeah, all
the
that.
guy
Oh, they're
who's-
keeping your security.
The guy,
bro.
the guy, stock market says it's illegal in some states. Can you
yeah.
raise it that much?
I don't know.
No,
There's-
dude, there is definitely a statute of limitations in states, no question
Yeah,
about
there
it.
is.
Because tenants will sue landlords, and then a precedent will be set.
Well, look, man, rent control in New York.
exactly.
Yeah.
something.
I was going to be
something like
rude
that.
about it and say, JB Ballin, I don't know whether you're, if you're a minority or not, but
JB
tear
Ballin.
him up, baby.
Oh yeah, definitely.
God.
Get out
Oh, my
there with
God.
a get out
you
there with a
got him if
placard.
you're a minority.
Yeah, get out
What?
there with a placard.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Charlotte. Okay.
Oh, he's in Charlotte. Okay.
If you're a
Did you see Roland? JB
if you're a fat
Ballin,
white guy
onions.
like me, man, you can't claim
More Bills
No,
fans
you're-
than Panthers fans.
We're
yeah.
screwed, mate.
Yeah.
JB Ballin moved to Nevada.
Can you just scroll up on the comment? I just want to. Stock market said something which was great. He said, "No, right there. No one is building houses anymore. Prices will continue to soar."
Dude, good point.
I'm live.
Great point. And he's watching, and I love getting the feedback from a guy on the ground. And he confirms what we've been saying.
There's literally no standing inventory
call
in
you
Las
back.
Vegas for new
Bye.
construction. Lumber is
call you
like
back.
way
Way,
high.
way,
It's
way.
like they're manipulating, trying to get supplies cheaper, but it's not working. It's just if it's not there, it's not there.
It's not there.
Yeah.
And and the supply chain breakdown doesn't help this at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I went to look at a new construction place in Las Vegas, and they said, well, you can put some earnest money deposit down, and then we'll call you in December to let you know if we have any inventory coming on board.
December?
That was when they start breaking ground.
Hey, I want to talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
how serious we are about this.
Crazy.
Oh wow, we
That's
still have
probably
20
permits.
minutes left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, they weren't even breaking ground till December.
Well, see, in my mind, I'm sorry. In my mind, it triggers breaking ground in December. Immediately, I thought you can't do that because in New York, you can't. The ground's frozen.
Right, that's true.
So we break ground. What are we going to do?
It's tough to pour concrete
Yeah,
when
you
it's-
can't do it,
Yeah.
right? So, but you can here.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that.
I was just going to say, I saw someone say they're not building houses anymore, and they're not. This is our thesis. So if you want to get involved with Marshall and I and the team, our real estate fund is just acquired. We just signed and acquired. I can't say the property
say it.
yet because I got to make sure it's all formalized.
Yes.
We do have an agreement. We're buying a property in Nevada. It's approximately a 50-unit deal.
Yes.
It has commercial space underneath it.
Yep.
It's free cash flows very nicely.
Yep.
You'll get a monthly check, and you can own part of these apartment buildings with us. Of course, you can't do anything right now until you get a prospectus, a PPM, right?
You get exactly.
But
You're gonna get
we're
an
not going to
offering
do
on
that right now. But if you're accredited and you want to be part of owning some apartment buildings with us, we are going to make that possible.
And maybe one unit open for JV Ballin.
Yeah, well, one of the things I like,
yeah,
one of
man.
the things I like is affordable housing.
Sure.
This is very affordable.
Yeah.
A lot of onesie, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms.
Sure.
Yeah.
In a nice upcoming
It's-
neighborhood part. So
Yeah.
we are out there actively looking for real estate. If you have an apartment building that you know of that you think that we could buy, we will give you a referral fee. If you want to send us a message and say, hey, I got a property I'm aware of. I know a lot of people out there. We're always putting feelers out there. If you want to make a little extra money, if you know something we should be buying that's affordable housing, we'd look to talk to you about that.
Send us deals, man.
True story.
Todd, write a book with a real such experience.
Yeah.
I am working on something interesting. You'll, I don't know if anyone will ever want to read
I'm
it.
definitely reading that book.
Yeah, you're my friend. Okay. I read my friend's book. Oh, look how nice this is.
How cool is that? How many friends have a book?
Yeah, exactly.
And just to piggyback what you're saying on that deal, once we could release that deal, I will walk everybody through the deal, the decisions we made behind it, why we purchased this asset, and the cash flow and everything. So we'll make it completely transparent. If you want to be a partner with us, we'll open that opportunity.
It's a small deal, though. I mean, there's only probably room for like $4 million worth of private capital.
Yeah, it's
right?
small.
But it was strategic.
Yeah, it's strategic.
Exactly.
For sure.
And it's right in our backyard.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why it was.
We're buying stuff in Nevada. We're buying stuff in Arizona. Under some delusional reason why I don't know why we might buy something in California,
Oh
but
my
probably
God.
not. We are looking at Utah.
I'm fighting against it.
I know I am too. We are looking at Utah, New Mexico.
What about Los Angeles, Montana? Bozeman.
Bozeman.
Yeah, we are working on a deal there. I don't know if we'll be invited on that one.
Los Angeles.
We're definitely doing something in Atlanta.
Yeah, Hot Atlanta.
Yeah.
Hot Atlanta.
Maybe Tampa. Florida's nice.
Go down to Bones,
Yeah,
which is
that's
great
Sunbelt.
down here,
Yeah.
down there by Buckhead, and get some steak
Yeah.
at a place called Bones, which is amazing. If you ever been down to Atlanta, anybody on the program watching from Atlanta, I love that Bones Steakhouse.
Yep.
There you go.
Stock
Been to-
market says anything
Been down there,
south.
been
Yeah,
down to
man, I
Buckhead.
agree.
Have you been to Buckhead?
Oh yeah.
Midtown, Buckhead.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I shopped a ton in Alpharetta. Great deals in
Look at you.
Alpharetta. Yeah,
Look at
man.
you.
I got some great deals for some family offices down there.
Nice.
Flipping a house right now. Would like to get it in other. Well, if you're accredited, we'll send you an OM once we lock this deal up. It's done. Once it's signed and inked.
Yeah, for sure. And what's great about this is we'll buy the deal first. We'll strike a check for it. That when you put your money in, you get your money. You start getting cash flow 45 days later, so you don't have to wait for us to close and
Yeah,
all
it's
the
not a
nonsense.
capital raise.
Yeah, it's not a capital raise. We have the money. We're going to write the check ourselves. When you buy in, you'll be our partner in the deal, and you'll get a check monthly, and you'll own some real estate.
Absolutely.
It's a nice hedge.
And
Yeah.
and the tax benefit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nice operating at a loss while you still can.
yeah, exactly. We get to pass that along to you.
Yep.
Hey, knowing you guys build them,
I'd live there. That's
I'd live
JB
there.
Bowling.
There you
nice.
go,
He lived
JB.
there.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Papa Gorilla's a flipper. I didn't know that.
He's working on 2
What
properties.
does this say here? Papa Gorilla is also a flipper working on 2 properties right now. I was looking to build a complex building, but how everything is going, I have to wait.
No,
Interested in working with you guys.
I disagree. If you're ever going to build, do
Wait,
it
is
now.
this
The
the-
longer you wait, the worse it's going to be.
Is this the Papa Gorilla that made us the food? Because it says 12 next to it.
Oh, was he? He didn't have a 12.
Assuming it's the Papa Gorilla
The
that made
gorilla.
us the food.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
him.
the same Papa?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work with you, dude.
Yeah, that's him.
Let's talk.
Yep.
Papa, text me right now if that's you.
We'll work with you. Yeah, we'll work with you, buddy. No problem. We're always interested.
Yeah,
in-
that's him.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. He says, yeah, don't wait. I agree with Marshall. The time to do it is now. Do
Yeah.
not wait.
Don't wait. It'll get worse.
Exactly.
Hard to time everything, you know.
Everybody
Yeah,
always
for
needs
sure.
housing. I mean, unless we're absolutely destroyed and
Oh,
the world is ended.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no question
So-
about it.
Jason, I
mean,
feel like we left
absolutely.
we lost people a little bit. Let's go back to this. You want to cover more macro now, or where do you want to go, Marshall? Because I do want to loop in Jason, find out what's going on with Risk on Sports, but I don't want to take up time from the macro because I thought today was important.
Yeah, no, definitely. The only other point I really wanted to make and bring up today that I thought was interesting before we make a segue over was, I don't know if you guys heard, but Apple, their pre-installed apps, you know that there's a bill that's going after Amazon and going
Yes.
after
And the big and the person that Biden actually is putting in the was it the FCC or one of his recent appointments is
Yeah.
anti big tech.
yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
So
And it's bipartisan, but
Yeah.
Democrat led,
yeah.
and they're going after Apple on an antitrust for the pre-installed apps on the phone.
Well, aren't they going after?
That's what they did with Microsoft with
Are they-
Netscape.
Will they go after
Exactly.
Google too?
Exactly.
Android and Google?
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Yeah, okay.
And it's also going to apply to Amazon with self-preferencing products.
Huh.
So then what are we going to do? We're going to buy an Apple and nothing's on it. We go right to an app store and then we make our own decision.
I did
what
see
the-
that. They were talking about Alexa monopoly and the
Yeah, but what they don't
Yeah.
understand is that they know what we want. I want to be able to have people recommend to me. I don't want to have to go look around for what app I want. Like, hey, it's available to
I
me
agree.
right away. Why is the government messing up? Okay, listen.
I totally agree.
Yeah, this will be an interesting conversation.
Yes.
I get that if you don't let others, highway access, right? Do you have access to the phone line? They control the narrative. I get there's a struggle there, right? But there's a happy medium between I want to get my phone and it has some preloaded apps on it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to go like I have nothing and I got to go find it all.
I know. I don't either.
Right. Now they're saying, well, they're going to bias to their stuff. Yeah, they own the roadmap.
Yeah, they made this. I bought their product.
They made it.
So, I mean, I would
Oh,
expect
it's
they'd
not
have-
fair. Someone has a monopoly. They don't have a monopoly. You don't have to use Apple product.
Yeah.
You don't have to use Samsung product.
Yeah.
I guess there is really only Android though, and
Yeah,
It is.
you only
Right,
gotta
yeah.
get 2 choices.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Well, RIM is gone. Well, RIM is gone, right? Well, BlackBerry's kind of.
Yeah, it's there, but
But I
yeah.
mean, so.
Microsoft, there's an operating system there with Nokia. I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, does Microsoft have a phone?
They have something.
Yeah, they do.
I have a Microsoft Surface, and I like the Microsoft products, but I'm wondering what that's going to do to Apple profits. What's
Sure.
that going to do to all their profits, Amazon and Google and all that? So that's the only other point I wanted to make because I found that fascinating because that's a big deal. I was young when they did the Microsoft antitrust.
Yep.
And I really I wasn't into the weeds on it. And I think that from a macro level, this is going to be big because that's a disruptor and could disrupt the whole system. And I'm about that, especially with DeFi.
When you're a small company starting up, let's help a guy start up. Let's help a woman start up. Let's help them start their business. Let's cheer them on. And when they get successful, let's demonize them. Let's tear them down. Let's tell everyone how bad they are because they
Yeah.
become, the Death Star.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Bezos was the most incredible entrepreneur that started Amazon. It was a success story. It still is a massive success story. And now he's master of the universe and he's Dr. Evil. Come on, man. This is we as Americans, we celebrate people that are rising up and then we demonize them later and
Yeah.
hate their guts.
You know, it's funny. Jay-Z has a line. He says, "Dark Knight hero, live to be a hero, live long enough to be a villain." So you were the Dark Knight Batman. You were a hero, but you've lived long enough to become the villain.
Right.
Because that's what we do. We build you up and we tear you down.
It's funny. I've got a bunch of death threats before in like 2019 from some guy who says,
Really?
Yeah,
Death
he
threats?
said, oh yeah, actual death threats, and he said, I put my kid's whole college fund in DPW, and I wrote back and said, why? What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck?
How's that your problem?
Oh, I don't even know this person. Why would you put your whole kid's college fund in a company on the Amex, which clearly said, by the way, we may not make it. We're losing money. You were just buying hype. I didn't hype it.
Right.
I didn't make it go up. I bought and held.
Right.
And he was death threats to me. Death
Wow.
threats to me.
Wow.
Writing my family on Facebook and doing all kinds of terrible things.
Jeez.
Sorry. So what was my point there?
That you become a villain.
You become a villain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skyla,
Yeah.
it's that time of the
My
month.
voice cracked.
Excuse me.
I think I just lost
That
my
time of the
voice.
day. That time of the week.
I seriously
Don't
just
go
lost
with the
my
bad
voice. I
place,
don't know what
guys. I
happened.
meant like,
Of
come
course,
on.
of
It's that time of the day
Yes.
where we go to the joke and Skyla, I like the purple around you. Is that
I
the
like
live
it
screen?
too.
I like that too.
Is that right? Hey, that's Alzheimer's.
That's
month.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
That's an Alzheimer's
Alzheimer's.
color.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Skyla, I want to hear something funny.
All right. I got you. What does the baby computer call his father?
Oh, a micro.
Data.
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 Yeah. Oh, the baby would be the micro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Richard Ritter.
I like that.
I flipped used cars in my auto repair garage as a side gig. The factory dealerships around here are also doing the same thing because of the shortage.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they are, Richard. Oh boy, they
Big
are.
time.
Big time. Can I tell you, my parents had a Mazda CX-9. You know that SUV?
Uh-huh.
And they drove the car for I don't know a year, and they just sold it for more money. They made $5,000 on it.
Did you see the
I'm-
Ford?
wait.
Go ahead. I know what you're gonna do.
No.
Oh,
I gotta hear this. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You go ahead.
what was the Ford F-350?
Yeah, the F-350.
There was like there was something on Instagram.
Yeah,
or
he bought it a
TikTok.
year ago.
He bought it for $72,000.
Drove it for
drove it
30,000 miles.
30,000 miles, and turned it back in for 71,000.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Amazing.
crazy, man.
Hey, Richard Ritter, I would love to know what state you're in, and why I'm asking is, if you're in the auto repair business, Marshall and I have a friend that's acquiring a lot of auto repair places.
Oh, he says that at my auto repair garage.
And so
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're in the auto repair business, they have capital and they're looking to acquire and build their business. In fact, we just had lunch or dinner with them.
we
right?
just had dinner with him. Yeah,
Oh, that was nice. We went to like
Mastros.
right? And this guy's a talented guy, and I know he watches the show.
he does. Yeah, great guy, man.
So love to chat with you about or just let us know what state you're in, because I think he's expanding only really in California and Arizona, right? Or
Yeah,
in Nevada.
Nevada, Arizona, California.
Right. And Richard Ritter and I are friends on. Oh, he's in Pennsylvania. Whoops,
Yeah. Okay.
that's a flip over. Pittsburgh or the Eagles, Richard?
Don't say it.
Pittsburgh or the Eagles? Oh God,
Josh,
I'm
get the
afraid.
band hammer ready.
Oh my God,
Band hammer.
Oh no.
We need a sound
Richard.
effect.
Todd and I like the same team.
Oh God, let's hear it.
Don't you do it.
Say it. We got to hear it, buddy.
Jeez.
Come on, I got the buddy ready. Where
Steelers
is
or
it?
Eagles?
Yeah, it's a small town. Very small town.
I know,
Shop A109,
Richard.
yeah.
Eagles or the Steelers? Come on, dude. Say it.
Lifetime ban coming.
Lifetime
Oh, no
ban.
sports. Good answer.
Yeah,
He
good
said no
answer, man.
sports?
Good answer, man.
Good answer.
Okay. Can anyone guess
Same.
what I'm a fan of?
Oh, the Steelers or the?
It's got to be the Steelers,
No,
my friend.
no
Come
doubt,
on,
no
come
doubt.
on, get your money right. I was a kid, and the Super Bowl was played in the Rose Bowl, Super Bowl 14. I played Pop Warner for the
Yeah.
Steelers. We're number 12. I was a Steeler fan in the 70s when I was growing up, and I'm a Steeler fan today. Although I got to be a 49er fan too, because my wife's from Northern California. So
Yeah.
I'm
Joe
kind of
Montana.
kind of in that era.
Who's your favorite Steeler?
Franco Harris.
I was gonna say it's probably Stallworth. I was a big fan.
yeah.
Lynn Swan, Jack Ham,
Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert
Ooh,
for sure.
beast.
You know, I don't know. I guess probably my all-time favorite Steeler ever still is probably Terry Bradshaw.
Okay.
I like Rocky Blyer for sure. I love for San Francisco Roger Craig. I thought he was the great one. I love.
Do you like Jerome Bettis?
I
bus.
do. I like the bus.
Yeah.
But my favorite probably was Herschel Walker.
I love Herschel Walker.
And Bo Jackson. And Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson was the man.
And Bo Jackson is the only reason I would ever see the Raiders in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Besides, I grew up with Steve Berline's brother, and we played football against each other. And so I was a Steve Berline fan when he was on the Raiders and he was on a couple other teams.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Herschel Walker, I think, might be running for Georgia governor.
I think he is.
I'm a
He's
huge fan.
He's a Politico.
I like
Richard
that.
flips cars. Hey, Richard, I would stay with that, by the way. I think the ability for you to get cars, repair them, and sell them is a great idea. I know a lot of people doing that.
Negotiation's going to be great for Richard.
It's going to be good for you, and I think it's here to stay. And I would also say to you, I don't know how you're selling them, but so much access online to selling those used cars. Great idea for your business. And I don't exactly know where you are in terms of how small your town is, but love it. What about Idaho? My brother says. My brother says what I. Hey, Neil, I'll tell you, I'm hearing people don't like Californians in Idaho. And so, not like driving over there and showing people my license plate, buddy. I mean, you're in a rough, you're in a nice, Idaho's tough, man. Neil, my brother's tough too, but my brother's tough.
Oh, really?
It's interesting. He's a small demeanor in the sense that he's a bank manager, like he's up in the bank, right? He's not at a bank level, like a corporate level. Mm-hmm. But he has this quiet toughness about him, where he's the kind of guy who'll listen to what you have to say. Oh, that's a good idea, and he'll do what he wants, though. You can't mess with him. It's my youngest brother, and my mom learned not to mess with him. I mean, he's in charge of his own destiny, man.
Oh, good.
I love my brother. He's my youngest brother, and Neil's a very good guy, by the way. We're going to extend a little bit here. We're going over a little bit, so I apologize to everybody, but we're going to extend because we're not done at all. Neil's talking about people moving to Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho has never been on my radar.
A lot of people are moving there. I know a lot of people.
Where's Coeur d'Alene?
Idaho.
Idaho, yeah, that's the spot right there.
My brother lives in Nampa, and I believe Josh's brother lives outside of Nampa too, right out of Boise. You know what my experience at Idaho is? I spent a lot of time in Ketchum, which is like, you know what Ketchum is?
No.
What's the place to go skiing there? My wife, it's a great place. What in the heck is wrong with me?
What is it, like a fish?
It's a big ski town, Ketchum,
Ski.
right?
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know what's wrong with me because I can't. What is wrong with my memory? I need some Alzheimer's. Let's go. Let's get going. I need that drug.
Get your money right, man.
Get your money right.
Yeah.
By the way, that's like I'm stealing that from Grant Cardone. Get your money right.
Get
Is
your
that
money
who
right,
says
man.
that?
That's who says it, right?
Come on, man.
Get your money right. Oh.
Give me your money, man.
Hey, let's Skyla.
Yeah.
Let's get my man Randy.
Oh, there
in
it
here.
is. There's Ketchum. See it? By Sun
Yeah.
Valley.
Sun Valley. God, thank
Sun
God.
Valley.
Sun Valley.
There it is,
Yeah.
right there.
I used to snowboard at Sun Valley.
Yeah. Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
Sun
I'll
Valley
go
I've
hit
heard of.
Randy.
I didn't know that was
Yeah.
Idaho.
Get your
Yeah.
money right.
Get your money right, man.
Get your money right.
Get your money right.
Let's get Randy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
You know, I want to just, while you get Randy, I just want to talk about the big business thing. If you text the number, okay,
Big.
all good, but we're going to have a site up shortly.
All right.
So we're going to give you the web address so you can go and sign up and do that. Before that site's up, just obviously text big to the number on the screen.
949-799-1831. 949-799-1831.
I'm really interested in connecting with you guys, and like we were saying, it's not just going to be investing. It's not just going to be about real estate, but it's going to be about entrepreneurship. I specialize in sales and negotiation and contracts and all of that, and I plan on going into a deep dive on all those things. I know they'll be helpful to everybody who's a part of it. So I think that's going to be big.
Anybody that's
Anybody know how to take a company public, by the way?
I think I know somebody.
I think so. Right? Imagine that being on a call. I mean, that's got to be like a $50,000 call, right?
Aren't we speaking somewhere this weekend?
Yeah.
Is that for sure? Or is
That's
it just
for sure.
you, maybe?
I need to talk to you after the show.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah,
Yeah,
Got
that's
my
a-
son moving here. It's Father's Day. Got a lot going on.
I know.
It's a kind of a scary time.
And-
But you're
and-
speaking in Miami, right?
Here's the thing. I don't want to speak without you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and unfortunately, and this is a great time. Erik Schreiber is the person who worked for me at Eldor, and he passed yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I've
and
heard that.
he's a great guy, and I'm gonna have to fly to New York for the services. But awesome guy, man. Really, really great
Jeez.
guy.
Really,
Big loss.
How old was he?
He was 37. He was younger than me. I brought him on as a junior accountant.
Jeez Louise.
And let me tell you, we're, for all intents and purposes, we're alphas, all of us here. We're killers.
Yeah.
We're killers. This guy wasn't a killer, man. This guy was a sweet guy.
Oh man.
Yeah, it stinks.
Well, how did he pass away?
Cardiac arrest while he was driving, and then he crashed into a tree.
Oh wow.
So we got the news right when we got off air yesterday. So
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
Well, that's living proof that anything can happen to you at any time. Is
There
that
he
him
is.
right there?
That's him, man. Listen, say yes to life and tell the people you love that you love them.
Yeah.
I was in New York 2
Hey,
weeks
can
ago,
we leave that on the screen?
and I was supposed to hang out with him.
We put that up on the screen, please.
I couldn't make it, and I'm so pissed that I didn't make it.
The picture of the guy on the screen.
Take the camera off me.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, things can happen very quickly. It's one of Marshall's friends he worked
dude,
with,
man.
recruited, and that sucks.
Rest in peace, Eric.
Yeah, you too. Rest in peace.
that's
Eric.
tough.
Randy, you got to follow up to some sad news about Marshall's friend and colleague.
Yeah, I'm
You got
sorry,
anything
Marshall.
good in that? I'm going to the Las Vegas Knights game today. What are
Yeah.
you doing, man? What's up?
Yeah, tonight is game 2 of the semifinals, the Canadians and the Golden Knights. Vegas took care of the first game 4-1, kind of easily. They look like the better team.
Who are they playing again?
Montreal Canadiens.
Canadians.
Yeah.
Montreal.
And if they beat Montreal, they go to the Stanley Cup Finals and going for the
But
whole...
didn't they already win the Stanley Cup?
No, they got into the finals their first year.
Yeah, their
actually.
first year they were a team, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
ran
they-
into Ovechkin in the Capitals.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
they won.
Yeah, no, that was
And
was
you know,
cool,
it's
though.
funny. It's kind of incredible. That's when that crazy dude shot up all those people at the music festival down here.
Yeah.
And it kind of brought the city together. And now here after the pandemic, they're doing it again. It's kind of ironic how this team can bring this city together and bring some cheer and joy to everybody. So
I bet everyone $100. I don't. It doesn't even matter, Ray. Forget the $100. I assure you, the guy who did the shooting, my man over here, Jason knows, right?
Easy.
You know his name, right?
You want to know his girlfriend's name? That's harder.
What was his name?
Stephen Paddock.
What is his girlfriend's name?
Marilou Danley. How much did she
Jason
get?
is not a fan of people that do bad things.
Yeah.
I think Jason's lot in life. If you were like, if we were to go to like the future, like Blade Runner or something like that, you'd be like hunting those people down.
I'm just trying to find out why she got $125K wire the night before the shooting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff that we never found out about.
The scary thing about Jason is he's a conspiracy theory guy, and this stuff's true. He's like, eventually he tells me something, and like, oh, dude, it's true. That sucks. Randy, what else you got going?
there's a couple things in IndyCar. Rinus VeeKay got injured on his bicycle. He was training. He broke his clavicle, so he will not be racing for Ed Carpenter this weekend. Oliver Askew, who drove for McLaren last weekend in the second Detroit race, replacing Felix Rosenqvist, will be in the Ed Carpenter number 21 car. And in the McLaren now, Rosenqvist is still not cleared to race. So in that car, they got Kevin Magnussen is going to race, former F1 driver that raced with Grosjean on the Haas team.
Oh, yeah, know him for sure.
Yeah, he's going to fill in, and he's pretty good. So it'll be
talented.
interesting to see what he can do this weekend. And it's a awesome road course in Wisconsin called Road America, 4-mile road course, most beautiful road course in the United States, and as well in Europe, one of the best ones.
Hey, Randy, we appreciate it. Hey, can you put the picture of Erik back up, please? Did we got it? Josh, you pull that picture back. Hey, guys, this is a Risk On. It is the 95th, it's the 95th episode, right?
Yep.
It's the 95th episode of Risk On. Take care of your families. We are going to sign off now, and we're going to leave Erik's picture up there for his family. It is the 16th of June. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to the Naked Army, the Ault Army, every army out there supporting us, our friends Papa, all those people out there, Jason, Randy. We will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Kiss your family. Tell them you love them.